gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to Coach Stadium for season number 20 of Barrie Baycats Baseball. Tonight's Inter-County Baseball League game features the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs and your 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 IPL champion Barrie Baycats. Here are the starting lineups for the Toronto Maple Leafs, managed by Damon Topley. Leading up to shortstop, number 5, Jordan Castaldo. Batting second and catching, number 9, Justin Mara. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 9, Garrett Takamatsu. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect. Batting sixth, the first base, number 7, Damon Topley. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 6, Dan Mara. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 2, Ryan Santos. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 10, Grant Semany. Pitching for the Maple Leafs tonight, number 22, Andrew Hyde. Now the starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Leading off the center fielder, number 15, Jake Wilson. Batting second at second base, number 42, Jeff Cowan. Batting third to first base is number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fourth and right fielder, number 28, Avery Tuck. Batting fifth to third base, number 8, Ferranfi Infante. Batting sixth to shortstop, number 25, Owen Jensen. Batting seventh to designated hitter, number 5, Mike Cicchetto. Batting eighth and catching, number 34, James Anderson. And batting ninth to left fielder, number 26, Jake McDonald. Here are the umpires for tonight's game called the balls and strikes. Mr. Mackenzie Wright. At first base, Mr. Chris Graham. At second base, Mr. Scott Costello. At third base, Mr. Chubba Bay. The Baycats need a pitcher tonight. He will be number 50, Marshall Leishman. Right, kindly remove your caps for our national anthem.
It's IBL Baseball on Baycats TV. Tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Barrie Baycats for the third of 5 regular season matchups between these clubs. Good evening, everyone. With Ryan Eakin, I'm Ben Davy. The Baycats coming off a frustrating night here on Tuesday, an 8-2 loss at home to the Welland Jackfish. Starter Juan Benitez pitched well, helped keep Barrie in it, Ryan. 4-1 Welland heading into the 8th, but the bats just were not there for the Baycats on Tuesday night, and they know they're going to have to hit a lot better against the Toronto Maple Leaf team that always brings a lot of offense to the game.
I was just saying, Ben, as we were writing out this lineup, how deep that Maple Leafs lineup is, 1-9. Even without slugger Jonathan Salazzo, you're absolutely right. The Baycats offense is going to have to show up tonight, no question.
Let's take a look at the Toronto offense. It's Jordan Castaldo leading off at shortstop tonight. Justin Mara, the catcher, bats second. Sean Riley, the DH, bats third. Garrett Takamatsu hits cleanup and plays third base. Marcus Knecht, the right fielder, bats fifth. Damon Toppoli at first base, batting sixth. Dan Mara, second baseman. Ryan Santos in center field, and Grant Tomaney, the left fielder, rounding out the batting order tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And they will face Marshall Leishman, number 50, who's looked very impressive, Ryan, for the Baycats so far this season. 20-year-old left-hander from Toronto, and has had some pretty good appearances so far in his first season with the Barrie Baycats.
Outstanding last Thursday night in Welland at Welland Stadium. Baycats lost that game in extra innings, but Leishman absolutely gave them a shot to win. The bullpen wasn't able to close it out, but Leishman was brilliant last week and has a victory this season against the Maple Leafs back on the first Throwback Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago.
Yeah, that game you mentioned against Welland, he took a no decision in an 8-7 10-inning loss. He threw 6 shutout innings. In hindsight, maybe just left in a little bit too long. Things kind of unraveled on him in the 7th inning. Ended up working 6 2/3 and allowed 4 runs, all earned on 5 hits. But again, very strong going into that 7th inning when the game started to unravel and the Baycats would eventually lose in extras.
Will receive $2 upon return of the ball.
So the Baycats wearing the Throwback Thursday retro reds tonight, and the Toronto Maple Leafs wearing the road baby blues with the gray pants. And we are just about ready to get started. The first inning is brought to you by the Cage Barrie, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage.
Inning number 1 is sponsored by the Cage Barrie, Barrie's only indoor public batting cages. The Cage Barrie.
Baycats off tomorrow, and then in Welland on Saturday evening, and then a doubleheader in Kitchener on Sunday. And this is their last game here at Coates Stadium until Saturday, August 21st. That's 1 week from this Saturday, so a really good turnout here to see the Baycats at home before they take a little bit of a road swing to finish off this week and into next week as well. Castaldo steps in, Leishman toes the rubber, and the first pitch is a called strike, and we're underway. The first pitch at 7:34. Beautiful sunny sky here at Coates Stadium tonight. 27 Celsius, 33 with the Humidex. We've had a heat warning here in Barrie for the last few days as this one's hitting a shallow center. It drops for a base hit, and Jordan Castaldo gets aboard on his second pitch of the night.
I love it. Maple Leafs manager Damien Toppoli is done with Castaldo. He was struggling to begin the season. He sticks him in that leadoff spot, and he's been red hot ever since. Not quite the Jordan Castaldo that the Baycats saw for 7 years, but he's been absolutely outstanding in that leadoff spot for the Maple Leafs.
And the catcher Justin Mara comes to the plate with Castaldo aboard. And Leishman will work from the stretch with a runner on here and nobody out in the top of the first inning.
Mara struggled to begin the season. He's now one of the best sluggers once again in the IBL, the former Chicago Cub draft pick. An incredible 1-2-3 in the Maple Leafs lineup with Castaldo 1, Mara 2, and Sean Riley 3.
Defense for Barrie left to right, Branfi and Fonte at third, Owen Jansen at short, Jeff Cowan at second, and Ryan Rio at first, holding on the runner. James Anderson gets catching duties tonight, working with Marshall Leishman, and the outfield left to right is Jake McDonald, Jake Wilson, and newcomer Avery Tuck will make his first appearance. One's fouled off the screen, and the count is 1-2 strikes to Justin Mara. Barrie is 2-0 against the Maple Leafs this season, the only team the Baycats have not yet lost to in the IBL. 20-19 win in Toronto and a 16-6 rain-shortened win here in Midhurst, both those games last month. Got a piece of that and he'll stay alive, 1-2 strikes.
An important batter here for Leishman. You don't want to have two guys on for the right-handed hitting Sean Riley, who's 11 hits away from 1,000 in the IBL.
Yeah, this Toronto lineup only gets stronger as you get to the middle part of the order. Riley and then Takamatsu, two of the elite hitters in the IBL. As Castaldo draws a throw.
One of the last games for Takamatsu in the Maple Leafs lineup before he goes to school back in the States, as is the case with Noel McGarry-Doyle, who his last game for the Baycats this season was on Tuesday.
And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Justin Morrow went 2 for 5 on Sunday afternoon against Brantford, a 12-4 Maple Leaf win. Leishman's 2-2 offering is inside, and the count is full to Justin Morrow. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here. We're in the top of the first. Leishman to Mara, and it's hit on the ground up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop. No play at second. He'll get the throw over to first. It's in the dirt, but picked by Ryan Rio. And they get the batter, Mara. Castaldo advances to second base.
The designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
Mara retired 6-3. Castaldo in scoring position with 1 away for the dangerous Sean Riley. Riley's .489 average is second best in the IBL behind Kitchener's Liam Wilson, who's hitting .500. Very dangerous with runners in scoring position. First pitch is inside, a ball.
It's amazing with guys like Sean Riley. I was talking to him before the game. He mentioned how he didn't decide until a week or so before the season that he was going to play this season, yet here he is having another elite season, this time with the Maple Leafs.
Leishman to the belt, checks his left shoulder. Castaldo dancing around, stays put though. The throw outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Maple Leaf designated hitter. An IBL veteran, he's been a legacy player in Toronto for many years. 1-1, inside again, and the count is 2 balls and a strike.
Last played for the Maple Leafs in 2013 after he requested a trade from Guelph after Guelph was having some ownership issues. He put on a clinic that season with former Baycat John Waltenbury, and is coming back to Toronto this season. Spent time with the Panthers, spent time with the Baycats. As he mentioned before the game to me, he had that 2011 MVP, his first MVP in the IBL, with the Baycats back in 2011.
Now, see, I think of him more as a Maple Leaf than a Royal, and that kind of dates me with my first tenure covering the IBL.
No
3 balls and 1 strike to Riley here.
Came into the league with the Hamilton Cardinals as a pitcher and eventually became the best hitter in IBL history.
The offering from Leishman on the ground to third. A diving grab by Infante makes the throw across in time. Castaldo stays put, and there's 2 away. Well, Branfy Infante primarily used as a second baseman, but he's looked right at home at third for the last couple of games for Josh Matlow, and a nice diving play there. It looks like he's played there all season.
Branfy Infante, in his 7 years with the Baycats, has played every position except for first base, and I personally think third base is his best position. He can play the outfield, and he can play second base. He began with the Baycats as a shortstop, but to me, he's at his best at third base.
Well, having a versatile guy like that you can plug in wherever the need is, certainly in the IBL, where so many players are coming and going on any given night, you can't underscore enough how valuable that is to have a player with his kind of versatility. This is Garrett Takamatsu, the third baseman, so a chance for Marshall Leishman to get out of this first inning jam. 1 on, 2 out here on the top of the first.
And with a guy like Infante, sometimes with a utility player, maybe like a Kevin Biggio, he's not great at one position, so he's just moving around.
This one hit hard left field. Going back is McDonald. He looks up, and it's over the wall and gone. A 2-run homer for Garrett Takamatsu, and it's a 2-0 Maple Leaf lead.
I think with the Maple Leafs lineup, you look at all the IBL icons, Jordan Castaldo, Justin Amara, Sean Riley. You think if the lineup gets any easier, it doesn't. Garrett Takamatsu is one of the best young sluggers in the IBL, and he showed it right there. It's 2-0 Maple Leafs early.
Toronto has 23 home runs. That is by far the most in the league. And you think, well, yeah, they play at Christie Pitts. Of course they're going to lead the league in home runs, but a surprising amount of those come on the road. Don't be deceived at all. This team is loaded up with power, whether they're at home or on the road. And you got a taste of it right there on that left field blast by Garrett Takamatsu.
At 1-5 the Maple Leafs lineup can hit a bomb at any time, any place, anywhere, and Garrett Takamatsu showed that right now.
Marcus Knecht, the right fielder. Strike to start him off. Barrie ranks 5th out of 7 teams in the IBL in total home runs. The Leafs also have the league's best batting average at .309. And the Baycats 4th in team average at .278. So Toronto leading the league in most offensive categories at this juncture of the season.
Question for the Maple Leafs is going to be, can they pitch? If they can pitch, if they get Chris LaRue, who they signed at the deadline, the former big leaguer, if Dustin Richardson comes, the former big leaguer who was once traded 1-for-1 for Andrew Miller, it's going to be a tough team to beat.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Marcus Knecht. Swung on and missed. Marshall Leishman gets a strikeout to get off the field, but not before the Maple Leafs strike for a pair. And after a half an inning at Coates Stadium, it's the Maple Leafs 2, the Baycats coming to bat.
2 runs on 2 hits and no errors, no runners left on base. The Baycats would like to extend a big welcome back to Gail Johnson. Gail has been a massive Baycats fan over the years, as well as a huge Blue Jays fan. Her favorite Baycat over those years was pitcher Paul Spolieri. Due to circumstances, Gail has been unable to attend Baycats games for quite a while until tonight. She tells us the first thing she's looking forward to is a ballpark hot dog with all the trimmings. Welcome back, Gail. Gail sitting in the bleachers down the third baseline. Give us a wave, Gail.
We're at Coates Stadium in Midhurst, and it's a 2-0 Toronto lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And here come the Baycats wearing the retro red throwback unis tonight. Jake Wilson, the leadoff man, batting first in center field tonight. Jeff Cowan at second base, batting second. Ryan Rio to follow at first base. And then we'll get a look at newcomer Avery Tuck in the cleanup spot at right. Brantfy Infante bats fifth, Owen Jansen sixth. Bottom third of the order, Michael Cicchetto, James Anderson, and Jake McDonald. And Andrew Hyde, 32-year-old right-hander from Toronto, on the mound for the Maple Leafs here tonight. Hyde last worked July the 29th against the Baycats, and this one just gets past his glove. Shortstop's there, though, has time, but no, throws the ball away. And the speedy Jake Wilson is aboard.
I'm sure that would be scored ahead, but with all due respect to Jordan Costello, we can praise him terrifically. He's just not a shortstop, and he's playing at shortstop tonight. You know, the Maple Leafs trying to stick all their top bats in the lamp. Some guys playing out of place, and you saw it on that play. That wasn't even close.
And he gets to second base on the throw.
Base number 42, Jeff Cowan.
So that'll probably be a single, and then second on the throwing error to Castaldo. So Baycats with one on, nobody out for veteran Jeff Cowan. Shows bunt. Third base, Takamatsu. Off balance throw is way over the head of Damon Toppoli. And here comes Jake Wilson to score the Baycats' first run. Rounding second is Cowan, and he gets all the way to third base. Jeff Cowan gets to third on an infield bunt, and the Baycats are on the board.
So there are two things about that play. One, that is vintage shove Cowan, an unbelievable bunt. There was no chance for Takamatsu at third base to get Cowan. But at the same time, what are the Maple Leafs doing defensively in the first two plays of this game?
First base number 27, Ryan Rio.
Very uncharacteristic wild throw by Takamatsu. I guess he felt he had a shot at Cowan, but really didn't appear that he had any chance. And that wild throw cost 2 extra bases, so Cowan gets all the way to third base. And the dangerous slugger Ryan Rio bats with a man 90 feet away. So a great start for the Baycats in this bottom of the first inning. And he rocks this one to center field. Santos going back, it's over his head, and it's against the wall. Easily scoring is Cowan, and Rio goes trucking into second with an RBI double.
I was just going to say that the Baycats had one run in, the guy on third base, no one out, without even getting the ball out of the infield, but Ryan Rio changed that, slugging that one dead center to tie this game at 2.
Right fielder number 28, Avery Tuck.
Come on, you Avery.
Here comes Avery Tuck, the newcomer, right field tonight. He bats in the cleanup spot wearing number 28. And a big chance for him to endear himself to the fans here at Coates Stadium. He pops it up, though. Left field, Tamani over near the line. He's got it. And there's one out in the inning. So Wilson and Cowan both scoring. Rio still at second base. There's one out here in the bottom of the first. Brant Infante comes to the plate.
Third base number 8, Brant Infante.
Hola.
I don't know what it is, but the Baycats seem to save a lot of offense for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. 2 of their highest scoring games were against the Leafs this year, and now they're up 2 runs here already in the bottom of the first and still just 1 out.
This is what Ryan Rio was talking to me a couple days ago. What makes this losing so frustrating for the Baycats is their lineup, especially at the top, they know they can hit, so when they don't, it's extremely frustrating, but they're showing once again tonight that they're more than capable of hitting, pitching across this league.
Hyde's 0-1 offering is in the dirt and away, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Brant Infante. Maple Leafs 2, Baycats 2, bottom of the first inning. Infante with a .273 average. Hits this one. Center field. Santos to his right. Has room. Makes the catch. A long, loud out off the bat of Brant Infante, and there's 2 down.
Ryan Santos, a natural infielder for the Maple Leafs, making his season debut out in center field for tonight's game.
Leave him out there, Owen. Come on, bring him in.
The shortstop number 25, Owen Jensen.
Owen Jansen comes to the plate. It's his 5th game of the season and a .286 average to the plate. Right back to the mound. It gets past Hyde, and that's going to be an infield hit. 4th base runner of the evening for the Baycats.
4th base runner and 3rd base hit that came in the infield. 1 to shortstop, 1 to 3rd base on a bunt, and that one right there to the pitcher.
Mike Cicchetto.
That's been an interesting inning. The 2 hardest hit balls were both outs. And here comes Michael Cicchetto, the designated hitter. Runners on the corners now with 2 away. Andrew Hyde with a first offering. And a breaking pitch outside part of the plate. Catches the corner, strike 1.
There's no real reason to throw Cicchetto a fastball in this spot. Make him hit something off speed, which he's struggled with to begin this season.
Runners lead. Hyde with the offering. Swung on and missed. And quickly 0-2 here to Michael Cicchetto, the 7th hitter in the inning.
Both on breaking pitchers. I'd be stunned if he came in with a fastball here.
Justin Mara puts down the sign. Hyde comes set. 0-2. Misses outside a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hyde pitched 4 innings of relief in that 16-6 Toronto loss here at Coates Stadium on July 29th. Chichetto lays off that one, and it's 2-2. Chichetto went 0 for 3 here on Tuesday night, 200 average. Runner goes, 2-2. In the dirt, no throw down. And Owen Jansen gets to second base. 2 in scoring position now for Chichetto, the designated hitter.
Chichetto only has base hits this season, but with runners on second and third, the Baycats will happily take a base hit by Chichetto in this spot.
Payoff pitch. Called strike 3, and that will end the first inning. But the Baycats get 2, and they tie the Maple Leafs up at 2 after an inning here at Coates Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Barrie the first, 2 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 Toronto errors. 2 runners left on base. Hitting under 2 is sponsored by Kingdom Bounce, specializing in kid-friendly inflatable structures. Visit them at kingdombounce.com. Daniels is selling his book Beyond the Mic. Right down here behind home plate with $2 for every book sold tonight, going to the Salvation Army's tornado relief efforts in Barrie. Come on down to see Rob right down behind home plate.
Top of the second inning here at Coates Stadium, and it's Damon Topley, Dan Mara, and Ryan Santos due up for the Maple Leafs in a 2-all tie. A little bit of offense early on here in this one. A couple of teams that have had high-scoring games so far this season, and that pattern continues early in this one here tonight. Previous scores between these teams, 20-19. And 16-6. And 2-2 here tonight after 1. Called strike to Damon Topley.
Damien Topley's first game back here at Coates Stadium for the first time since 2019. He's still kicking around. You love to see it.
This one hits a second. Jeff Cowan with time makes the throw. And down goes Topley, 4-3.
Second baseman number 6, Dan Mara.
Dan Mara comes to the plate for the first time tonight, the second baseman. Mara 2 for 5 on Sunday afternoon against the Red Sox. He hits .383 coming into this game here this evening. Called strike to start him off. Popped up, and everybody's looking for it. It's the first baseman, Rio. He saw it all the way and makes the easy catch.
The center fielder, number 2, Ryan Santos.
And as number 2 comes to the plate, Deuces Wild on the scoreboard as well. 2 outs, 2-2 score, second inning. Lefty-lefty matchup here. It's Leishman to Santos. Strike 1.
Santos can easily start a two-out rally, elite speed, not all that, unlike Jake Wilson for the Baycats and McGarry Doyle during his time with the Baycats. He gets on with a base hit, a walk, a hit by pitch. He can become instantly a stolen base, and just like that, you have a runner in scoring position. Santos only behind Brendan Dadson in Rookie of the Year voting back in 2019.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, second base. There it'll be Rio in front of the second baseman, has to make the toss over, and they got him! Oh, a gutsy move by Ryan Rio, who came over to play that ball instead of letting it get to Cowan, who was also in position there, and Rio had to get an awful quick toss over. But they're able to execute and get the third out of the inning. So the Maple Leafs go 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and it's a 2-2 tie here at Coates Stadium.
Kids ages 7 to 11 years old will have the chance to enter to win this exciting and unique experience. All they have to do to win is sign up online at rock95.com and listen to their favorite morning radio station when the Rock 95 Morning Crew draws a winner for every home game this season. The prize consists of 2 adult tickets to the game, a team shirt, a team hat, complimentary hot dog, fries, and pop, and the opportunity to announce the Baycats' third inning. You can sign up at rock95.com. Yep. We have the winner of our Barrie Public Library contest. The winner is Cole. Cole, you can pick up your prize at the merchandise tent right down here beside home plate. Cole is the winner of the Barrie Public Library contest. Leading up to second for the Baycats, the catcher number 34, James Anderson.
2-2 tie, bottom of the second inning, and it's James Anderson, Jake McDonald, and Jake Wilson. 2 up. First pitch swinging is Anderson, and it's high fly ball to right, gloved easily by Marcus Knecht, and there's one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Want to welcome our viewers watching live tonight on Baycats TV. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to post the link, share on your social media feeds,
Jake McDonald,
and help get the word out that we've got live baseball on Baycats TV on YouTube here tonight. Always a great option for fans who can't get to the games. Make sure you subscribe to the Baycats TV channel, and we'll keep you on top of all the action here at home this season.
Makes for a nice doubleheader. Baycats sleeps at 7:30, and you got Jays Angels later tonight.
And a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter, Jake McDonald, in left field tonight. McDonald, another one of those versatile players who's played a few positions this year. This one gloved by Takamatsu. Long throw across. It's a high one and safe as the throw pulled first baseman Damon Toppoli off the bag.
McDonald does have average or above average speed, but that's a play Takamatsu has to make at third base, his second error of the ball game.
the center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
Second error for Takamatsu and third error for the Maple Leafs in this game. And here's Jake Wilson now, the center fielder, with a man on and 1 out. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's 1-0.
I don't think bunting the ball down the third baseline is the worst idea right now. You got to force Takamatsu to make a nice play finally.
Baycats looking for their first lead of the ball game. It's a 2-2 tie. We're in the bottom of the second. McDonald takes a lead, does not go. Pitches popped foul over to the Maple Leaf bullpen, and that's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Baycats wearing the retro reds tonight, and the visitors, the Maple Leafs, are wearing blue. Try to remind viewers of that a few times throughout the evening. Takes a little bit of adjustment getting used to that, with the Baycats usually wearing the traditional blues here at home, but Thursday nights are Throwback Thursdays here this year. Runner goes. This one hit to right field. The hit and run was on, and it's a base hit. Rounding second and heading into third is McDonald. And the throw comes in, and there's runners at the corners now with one away.
Back-to-back hits for Jake Wilson, first, second inning tonight.
The second baseman, number 42, Jeff Cowan.
Always an asset when you can put the hit and run on and trust your man at the plate to make contact, and Wilson drove that ball into right, and that gave McDonald plenty of time to get to third base and an even better chance to get this go-ahead run here. Now it goes, the runner goes. There's the throw down, and safe is Jake Wilson. Pretty close, but he beats that throw as it bounced up, and now runners at second and third. So McDonald at third, Wilson at second with one away. That takes away the double play opportunity for the Leafs on the ground ball. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes now to Jeff Cowan.
This is exactly the spot you'd love to have Jeff Cowan in. He's going to put the ball in play. You know that that much for sure, with guy on third base and less than 2 out.
Fouls that one back to the screen. Cowan bunted in the bottom of the first and was able to get all the way to third base on a bad throw. Two in scoring position for him here with a 1-2 count. Hyde to Cowan. Fly ball, center field. Ron Santos, couple steps in, makes the catch. Runners stay put. And wisely so, as the ball is brought in cleanly, and there's 2 down now for Ryan Rio.
First baseman, number 27, Ryan Rio.
Six base runners for the Maple Leafs, or for the Baycats, excuse me, so far tonight. As Rio's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Andrew Hyde, the right-hander, with a 1-0 pitch. Yes, ball 2. Maple Leafs have the highest team ERA in the league, 7.55. This ball club is built for offense, the league's best batting average and the highest ERA as well. Fouled over the trees, 2-1 here to Ryan Rio.
Help is on the way for the Maple Leafs. Sunday afternoon they'll have Justin Ciccatello on the mound, the former Italian in the World Baseball Classic. So slowly but surely, now that they can have imports, pitching helps on the way for the Maple Leafs, and what a dangerous combination that can be when you look at their lineup.
That one hits Rio in the foot, tosses the bat away, and the bases are loaded. First hit batter of the night for Andrew Hyde. And Avery Tuck will get a chance with the bases loaded here and 2 away.
What an opportunity for Tuck here in his IBL debut to come up with a big hit. Even a base hit would make this a 4-2 game, and how big would that be for the Baycats?
Well, Tuck was up there first pitch swinging in his first at bat, hit a long fly ball to the left. Let's see what he does here. The bases loaded and 2 out in the bottom of the second inning. Baycats and Leafs tied at 2. Breaking pitch misses, ball 1. Andrew Hyde with the leg kick and the 1-0. Just getting a piece of that is Tuck, and it's 1-1.
Tuck drafted twice in a Major League Baseball, first right out of high school by Houston, ended up not signing. He went he went to junior college instead, played with Ryan Rio at New Mexico, ended up getting drafted that next time by the Tigers. last couple seasons with Detroit, ended up going to an independent ball, and here he is with the Baycats here in 2021.
23 years old from San Diego, California. A lanky 6'5", 205 pounds. Big opportunity for him here with 2 out and the bases loaded. Here's the pitch, and this one hit to center field. Santos speeding over, and it's the left fielder, Tammany, taking it for the out. And that will do it as the Baycats leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the second inning. We're still tied at 2. As we head to the top of the third, you're watching Baycats TV.
Barrie in the second, no runs on 1 hit, 1 Toronto error, 3 runners left on base. Inning number 3 is sponsored by Kurt's Coolers, mobile refrigerated freezer trailer rentals. Kurt's Coolers. Leading up the third for the Maple Leafs, the left fielder number 10, Grant Tammany.
Ben Davy and Ryan Eakin live tonight on Baycats TV on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Our third inning brought to you by Kurt's Coolers, mobile refrigerated freezer trailer rentals. And it's the number 9 hitter, Grant Tammany, to lead it off for the Maple Leafs here on the top of the third. Number 9 hitter will make his first appearance here to lead off inning number 3. Jordan Castaldo on deck, and then Justin Mara to follow. 20-year-old Marshall Leishman has settled down nicely after that home run by Garrett Takamatsu that got Toronto on the board 2-0. He's retired 4 in a row since, including a 3-up, 3-down second.
Getting to Maine is important here for the Baycats. You don't want to turn that lineup around. You face all those Maple Leaf sluggers with a guy on base and no one out to begin this inning.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count is now full to Grant Tammany, the left fielder. Maple Leafs with 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors already in this game by Toronto. Barrie with 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. And it's a leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter. And Jordan Castaldo will come to the plate.
It was his second at-bat. The last game he faced Leishman. He hit a bomb to right field to cut the Maple Leafs, cut the Baycats lead in half that night. So an opportunity for him here, second time seeing Leishman tonight, to get the Maple Leafs perhaps the lead with 1 swing in the bat.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. And missing on the first offering is Leishman. Castaldo leads the Maple Leafs and the IBL with runs scored. He has 20 coming into tonight's action. Leg kick, and the 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the left side. Castaldo's average 286. And he went 2 for 4 on Sunday afternoon against the Red Sox.
He's put in that leadoff spot. If few games back, hit 3 straight home runs since moving into the leadoff spot. Didn't hit a home run his last 2 games, but it's only a matter of time once again for Jordan Castaldo.
Behind in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good call, good call.
He didn't like that 1-1 call. I can't really blame him, to be honest with you.
Ryan Rio holds on Grant Tamani at first. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Castaldo with a strikeout. That's Leishman's second of the game. And it brings catcher Justin Mara to the plate. Mara grounded out to short in the top of the first, 0 for 1 tonight. Good crowd here tonight at Coates Stadium, enjoying the Baycats' final game before a 5-game road swing. Starts this weekend and finishes off middle part of next week before they come home a week from Saturday. That's their next ball game. This one hit through right side, got under the glove of Ryan Rio, and it's into right field. Rounding second is Tamani. He's into third, and it puts runners at the corners with 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning.
You go back a couple of weeks ago, he ended up getting Riley in the first inning to ground into a double play. Wouldn't that be a nice opportunity here for Leishman to get out of this inning, because he's about to face a really tough batter.
You haven't been to Coates Stadium yet this season. Come on out, enjoy some exciting baseball. BarrieBaycats.com is the website to get your tickets. We've had some good crowds here this season, and it'll be the first place London Majors making their first trip here this season on Saturday night next week, 7 o'clock ball game. That'll be a good one to get tickets for. If you want to see some high-level baseball, the London Majors and the Barrie Baycats.
As you mentioned, London in first place, and they absolutely loaded up at the deadline. Unlike any other team, they brought in 4 American import pitchers, which completely revamps their team, to say the least. To go along with the fact that they have Pedro de los Santos, who's led the league in ERA this season, plus Owen Boone, who's been a staple in that rotation for 5 years now. So quite the pitching staff that Rip Chanondat and the London Majors have developed here midway through the season.
Almost seems unfair that one team can be so good, but you're right. Pedro de los Santos has to be the envy of every IBL ball club. A guy like him, the numbers are just staggering. And London on a 4-game win streak, 11-3 through their first 14 games. Just 52 runs allowed. Think about that, 52 runs in 14 games. That's quite an amazing statistic.
Rip Chanondat knows what it takes to win in this league, to his credit. Defense and pitching, and he has both.
1 ball, 1 strike, and this one hit down the third base line, and it's a foul ball, 1-2. Mara hit a hard hit ball down the first base line. Riley going to the other side. The DH is 0 for 1 tonight. Marshall Leishman gets the sign from James Anderson. Comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the ground and through into left field. And the Leafs score the go-ahead run with Grant Tamani crossing home plate. It's a 3-2 Toronto lead.
You just knew when Leishman walked Grant Tamani to begin this inning, that run was going to come around to score, and sure enough it did on a Sean Riley base hit.
It's amazing how often leadoff walks seem to find their way across home plate one way or another. And all it took is a pair of singles. Mara and then Riley. And Garrett Takamatsu, who hit a 2-run homer in the first to get Toronto on the board, has an opportunity now with 2 on and 1 out. Fastball and a called strike. These teams meet again August 16th in Toronto. That's Wednesday next week. And then Tuesday, August 24th here at Coates Stadium to wrap up the 5-game schedule between these clubs. Every IBL team plays each other 5 times. And the only team Barrie will not see again this season, in the regular season, are the Hamilton Cardinals. They've finished their 5 games against them. 0-1 misses, and the count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on with 1 out here in the third. Leafs looking to add to a 3-2 lead. Leishman to Takamatsu. Here's the pitch. And he gets underneath that and fouls it back. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Leafs coming off a 12-4 win over Brantford on Sunday at Christie Pitts. Red Sox trailed 9-1 after 2 innings and 12-4 after 5. Never really had much of a chance. The Leafs turned it on early and often, feasting on Brantford starter Bennett Moore, who hung in there for 4 innings but gave up 10 runs.
The Maple Leafs around 500 all season. Their issues have not been at home. They've been outstanding at home this season. And there's no question their lineup, it plays up at Christie Pitts.
We're starting to see a little bit of separation now between the top 4 and the bottom 3 teams in the IBL standings. And the bottom 3 would be Hamilton, Barrie, and Brantford, as the first half has played out for most of these clubs. London, Kitchener, Toronto, and Welland now starting to distance themselves a little bit from the bottom half. And Toronto really trying to hang in there with the Kitcheners and the Londons and prove that they can be a tough matchup for them in a playoff scenario. But again, the big question mark is the pitching and whether or not the second half additions can help them.
Can't dismiss the Panthers at 9-3, but to me there's 3 clear teams in this league that are title favorites. It's Welland, it's London, and it's Toronto. And I think that's an elite top 3 right now when you look at all 7 rosters with 12 not playing this season.
2 balls and 2 strikes as that one just missed. Well, we've seen how good the Jackfish are here at Coates Stadium this season. They pounded the Baycats 8-2 here on Tuesday. Very frustrating night. Welland starter Chris Boato threw the Jackfish's first complete game of the season here.
A massive loss for the Jackfish, though. Kristen Young, who we saw pitch a couple weeks ago, he's going professional. He was signed by Milwaukee and Independent Baseball, the American Association, a couple days ago, so that's a massive loss, losing their ace and arguably the best pitcher in the IBL this season.
The Milwaukee Milkmen, that team is called, and they brand themselves as utterly good baseball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leishman checks his shoulder, now comes home with it, and a called strike 3. Takamatsu thought that might have been inside, but Leishman gets the call, and a big strikeout there.
Thought that was quite inside, but no question Leishman will take that.
Too close to take on a 3-2. Umpires tonight, Mackenzie Wright at home plate, Chris Graham at first. We have a second base. We have a 4-man crew here tonight. Second base is Scott Costello, and Chubba Vey is at third. Marcus Connect, the right fielder, struck out swinging to end the first. 2 on, 2 out for him here, and he whiffs on the first offering from Leishman, strike 1.
Connect has struggled this season coming back from West Virginia in the Atlantic League, but you know the former Toronto Blue Jays draft pick's going to heat up at some point here.
Just a 148 average and a frustrating 0-for-4 night on Sunday. Leishman checks the runner at second. That's Mara, and now time is called. Marshall Leishman with 3 strikeouts tonight, including 2 in this third inning. 0-1 on the way to Marcus Connect. Strike 2. Leafs with 2 in the first, 1 in the third. And they got 2 on here, looking to add to their 3-2 lead.
Leishman keeps getting that inside pitch for a call for a strike. He's probably likely going to go back to it in this spot.
Left field line, and it's a fair ball. Rounding third is Mara. Ball picked up by McDonald. He brings it in, and it's an RBI single for Marcus Connect. Connect connects, and it's 4-2 Leafs.
Waiting to use that one tonight, Ben.
Well, haven't used it a lot this year with Marcus, unfortunately for him, with the 148 average, but that was a huge hit. You want to cash in on those opportunities with runners on and 2 outs, and Connect did exactly that. So it's 4-2 Maple Leafs.
Yeah, there's no question, given these 2 lineups this season facing each other, you want to get as many runs as possible. The Baycats strand a runner at third base last inning. The Maple Leafs taking advantage here in the top of the third inning.
Yeah, the Baycats have stranded 5 already in their 2 innings, including bases loaded in that bottom of the 2nd. Damon Topley, the first baseman, 0 for 1 tonight. 2 on, 2 out. Hits this one on the ground, up the middle, and through into center field. They're going to hold the runner at third. So Riley stays put. Connect to second. Topley with a single to keep the inning alive for Dan Mara.
There's not a lot of speed on the base pass right now for the Maple Leafs. Sean Riley at third, Davy and Topley at first base, but base runners are base runners, and a base hit by Mara can break this game wide open for the Maple Leafs here as Andrew White comes out to talk to Marshall Leishman, the Baycats starting pitcher.
The conference on the mound with Dan Mara coming to the plate. This inning started with a leadoff walk to Grant Tamani, who came in to score Toronto's 3rd run, and then Justin Mara scoring on the RBI single by Marcus Connect, and the Maple Leafs looking to add to a 2-run lead. Kenzie Wright, the home plate umpire, out there to wrap things up. And we'll get back to some baseball here as the Baycats use a mound visit to discuss how to approach Dan Mara here with 2 away. First offering from Leishman, comes at him with a fastball, gets the called strike.
Dan Mara, the 2nd longest serving Maple Leaf in this lineup tonight, behind only Damian Topley, the Maple Leafs longtime field manager.
0-2 to him here.
Maple Leafs dugout did not like that call.
Dan Mara, one of 3 Mara brothers on this Maple Leafs team. Justin and Adam, the others. Here's the 0-2 from Leishman, and just able to bite off that one and hold back his Mara. It's 1-2.
You might see Adam later in the game. He's a southpaw. Could be quite handy against Drake Wilson, Ryan Rio, Avery Tuck. 3 lefties in the Baycats lineup in the first 4 batters.
Ground ball to short. Easy toss to second. Jansen to Cowan. And the Maple Leafs leave the bases loaded, as the Baycats did in the bottom of the 2nd. But they add a pair of runs, and it's 4-2 Toronto. We go to the bottom of the 3rd here on Baycats TV.
3 runners left on base.
Go to the bottom of the 3rd here at Coates Stadium. It's brought to you by Kurt's Coolers, mobile refrigerated freezer trailer rentals. Both these teams stranding the bases loaded in their last 2 appearances. Leafs 4-6, 3-3. 2-5-0-5 for the Baycats.
Number 8, Frankie Infante.
With 11-year-old Weston from Bracebridge doing a nice job on the mic, taking over an inning of relief of Mike Clark on the PA mic here at Coates Stadium. It's part of a radio promotion here. It's nice to have the youngsters get in on a little bit of the action here.
Mike always needs a break mid-game too, so it works out perfect.
Call strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1 to Brantford and Fonte. And Fonte 0 for 1 tonight. He's made a nice defensive play already at third. Here's the pitch from Hyde, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And that one fouled off over near the Toronto dugout. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hyde to Infante, and the pitch is high, and the count is full 3-2. Barrie with 13 games left after tonight, and it will be a very difficult second half. After tonight, they play Kitchener 4 times. First place London 3 times. Toronto, Welland, and Brantford each twice more. And this one hits a left field. Tamani goes back near the track, and he makes the catch. A nice grab by Grant Tamani in left field for the Maple Leafs.
The only thing with that one, though, is he's injured on the play, and Jordan Costello, the Maple Leaf shortstop, will come greet him.
Well, he had a long way to go to get that one and was able to come down with it and then hold on to the ball. And records the out, and hopefully Maple Leaf left fielder is okay, but right now seems to be in a considerable amount of pain.
Baycats trainer Adam Murphy joining the Maple Leafs trainer out in left field.
See him holding the left side of his body, kind of near the hip area. I didn't quite see how he landed.
He didn't even attempt to get up. He knew right away something happened. And tough play for Tamani here. You said, Ben, made an unbelievable catch.
And he's up on his knees, and with a little bit of help, he's going to be able to walk around. Nice hand from the fans here at Coates Stadium. We'll always appreciate a good defensive effort, even when it goes against our guys. That was a great play by the left fielder. Rest of the Maple Leafs out there with a little bit of concern, just to make sure he's going to be all right. It looks like he is going to come off the field here, though.
Not many guys on that Maple Leafs bench tonight. You have to hope, if you're the Maple Leafs, that you have a Jeff McLeod. And that's about it. Perhaps with Chandler McLaren. Besides those guys, there's not a lot left on that Maple Leafs bench right now, especially on the road here in Coates Stadium.
Jonathan Salazzo is on the roster as an outfielder. I'm not sure if he's here tonight. And you mentioned McLeod as well as McLaren. We'll see what happens, but it looks like Tamani is coming out of this game. And it will be Chandler McLaren.
Chandler McLaren, the former Guelph Royal 2015 IBL All-Star MVP.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs, now playing center field, Chandler McLaren.
Chandler McLaren goes into center field. I wonder if that means Ryan Santos has moved over to left. Try to see if we can.
Number 25, Owen Jansen.
Try to see if we can get that confirmed for you. Jansen will come to the plate here with the 1 out. Jansen's single tonight got as far as second. Swing and a miss. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Owen Jansen, the shortstop. Andrew Hyde The 0-2 count here on Owen Jansen. Here's the pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Well, Mackenzie Wright's been calling those inside pitches tonight, and he does again there. So
I was just going to say that to you, Ben. Leishman was getting those calls, and the Maple Leafs weren't happy. Now Owen Jansen's not happy as he's run up on a fastball inside.
Keeps the game going on those 0-2 pitches when you know they're too close to take. And 2 outs now for Michael Cicchetto, the designated hitter. Cicchetto, the only other strikeout tonight for Hyde. Hits this one to center field. Left center. And that ball is going to drop. Thrown in by McLaren. And it's a double off the wall for Michael Cicchetto.
That's the first extra base hit for Cicchetto this season.
Catcher number 34, James Anderson.
6th hit for the Baycats tonight. Here's James Anderson now.
Don't leave him out there now. Come on now.
Anderson, born and raised here in Barrie, went to school in the U.S. for 7.5 years. That one bounces up to the plate, but Cicchetto will stay put. Played for the Ivy Leafs, most recently in the North Dufferin Baseball League. Prior to that, he played Division II ball for Arkansas and Harding University in Arkansas. Righty-righty matchup here. Hyde to Anderson. And that misses off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Andrew Hyde trying to pitch out of a jam here. It's a foul ball to Anderson. 2 balls and a strike. One on, 2 out here for the Baycats. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Barrie has trailed twice tonight, 2-0 and now 4-2. And a called strike makes it a 2-2 count to James Anderson. Number 9 hitter Jake McDonald is on deck.
Anderson has struck out in half of his at-bats this season, looking to avoid an inning-ending strikeout right now.
2-2 from Hyde. Fouled off to the right side. Oh, and the kids playing a little cornhole behind the bleachers there. That's kind of a new addition here at Metal Stadium. A little fun carnival-style beanbag toss game, and the kids are enjoying that on Tuesday night as well.
Throwback Thursday, so we're calling it Barrie Medals tonight. They got spent.
Did I say medals? Oh my gosh. This one hit high to center, and it's caught. Yeah, it's the red uniforms. Chandler McLaren gets 2 putouts coming into this game. And down go the Baycats in the 3rd. They strand the double by Cicchetto, and after 3, it's a 4-2 Toronto lead. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Barrie in the 3rd, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base.
And how about a hand for Weston? What a great job he did for us tonight. Thanks, Weston.
To the fourth here at Coates Stadium in Midhurst. It is a 4-2 Toronto lead. Ben Davy with Ryan Eakin. Ryan Santos, leading it off here at the top of the fourth inning for Toronto. Santos shows bunt. Back to the mound. Leishman says got it, and he drops it. Couldn't get a throw off. And the Leafs get the leadoff man aboard here in the fourth. They're going to give Leishman an error for that.
Leishman caught a break too because Santos tripped coming out of the batter's box, but Leishman himself, the mistake of his own, and the Maple Leafs once again have a leadoff base runner on to begin the fourth inning.
So Chandler McLaurin coming into the game takes the number 9 spot in the order for Grant Tamani, who injured himself on a spectacular catch in left field. And the first pitch to McLaurin is a called strike. Tamani tonight walked and scored. So a night that started off good for the left fielder sadly ends with an injury and an early exit.
As of right now, he has the nicest play of the game.
Over the trees out of play. No balls, 2 strikes to Chandler McLaurin. Lefty-lefty matchup here. And it's Chandler McLaurin, former Guelph Royal, playing in just his 5th game with the Maple Leafs here. Leishman with a throw over. They got the runner picked off. The throw to the shortstop. And now back to Rio, who applies the tag. 1-3, 6-3. They get Santos. Good job by Leishman to read that play and pick up the runner out of the corner of his eye. And Santos is retired, so now there's 1 out and a 1-2 count to McLaurin. The 29-year-old native of Guelph, stands 6'4", 230. Four-2 Maple Leafs were in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2 from Marshall Leishman. And that one's in the dirt. Gets away. 3 balls, 2 strikes now.
On you, Marshall. Put it in there.
Or 2-2 the count, excuse me. McLaurin played 3 seasons in Guelph, his hometown. And he works a full count here on Marshall Leishman.
For Leishman, you would love to have Castaldo come up for the 3rd time tonight with no one on and 2 out.
All 4, they put him on. And that's the 2nd walk of the game for Leishman. And the Leafs go back to the top of the order now for Jordan Castaldo.
The shortstop, number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Both base on balls coming to the number 9 hitter. Previously Grant Tamani and now Chandler McLaurin.
So Castaldo 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a strikeout. He'll bat with 1 on and 1 out here in the 4th inning. First offering from Leishman, and that just missed ball 1. Beautiful night here at Coates Stadium, despite the heat warning that has been in effect for a couple of days now. Hazy 25 degrees, feeling like 33 with the Humidex, and have a nice hazy pink sky over the outfield tonight under the crescent moon. It's been a dry day, which we haven't been able to say for a while here in Barrie. Seemed like for the last few games we had quite a bit of rain early in the day before it dried up, but field conditions dry this evening. 2-0 the count to Castaldo. Hits this one to left field. Jake McDonald has it for the out. 2 outs in the inning for Justin Mara.
Catcher number 9, Justin Mara.
Fourth inning brought to you by the Cage, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Chance for Mara to keep this inning alive with a runner on. Leishman misses, falling behind again here, 1-0.
Mara crushed a ball past Ryan Rio for a base hit his last at bat.
The lefty-lefty matchup. Leishman with the sign and the pitch. And it's a called strike. This one hit foul. Running over is Infante, but that's well out of his reach. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Mara, an IBL veteran, 28 years old. The lefty batting against left-hander Marshall Leishman. Braille holding on the runner. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Big strikeout for Marshall Leishman. Down go the Leafs in the fourth without scoring a run, and it remains 4-2 Toronto as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Toronto in the fourth, no runs, no hits, 1 Barrie error, 1 runner left on base. Inning number 4 is sponsored by the Cage Barrie. Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. The Cage Barrie.
To the bottom of the fourth inning, it's brought to you by the Cage, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. Jake McDonald, the left fielder and number 9 hitter, will bat tonight to start this bottom of the fourth off for the Baycats, wearing the throwback reds. Andrew Hyde has pitched effectively tonight for the Maple Leafs. 4 runs for Toronto on 6 hits. They've made 3 errors, however, 4 stranded so far for the Leafs. Baycats have stranded 6 runners tonight. 2 runs, 6 hits. Barrie committed their first error in that top half of the fourth. McDonald, Wilson, and Cowan due up for the Baycats here at inning number 4. Misses outside and it's 3-0. Jake McDonald hitting just 114 coming into tonight, reached on an error in the second. And he draws a walk here to lead off the fourth.
Outside of that 2-0 pitch, Hyde wasn't even close in that at bat to McDonald.
Fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
That was Hyde's first walk of the game. He hit a batter as well, but certainly not uncharacteristic. Walking the leadoff batter and the number 9 hitter. With Wilson, Cowan, and Rio all due up now for the Baycats.
Baycats organization would like to welcome the 9 under A Barrie Baycats team situated down the right field line tonight. Welcome, folks.
Got some young Barrie ball players here tonight at Coates Stadium, and it was fun on Tuesday night when Welland was here. They had a group of their young ball players here as well, wearing their team jerseys, making the road trip from Welland.
Future Baycats, future Jackfish. Look at the Baycats lineup tonight. Jake Wilson, Ryan Rio, all played in the Baycats system growing up with the Barrie Red Sox.
And that system is now called Baycats to, oh, this one hit to right center field, and Connect goes back and looks up, it's gone! A first pitch home run off the bat of Jake Wilson. And just like that, we have a 4-all tie here at Coates Stadium. What a blast by Jake Wilson.
One of the things with the Baycats this season with Jake Wilson at the top of the order is no one's gone on base for him all season, basically. He doesn't have many RBIs at all, which is surprising given all of his doubles and base hits, and this is his ability to get on base. But Jake McDonald, the number 9 hitter, draws a walk, and Wilson hits a bomb to right field to tie this game.
Just his second home run of the season. Not really known as a power guy, but 2 home runs and 5 RBIs now on that 2-run blast. So Baycats able to tie this game up on a 2-run bomb by Jake Wilson. This one hit to short and over to first in time for the out.
And that first home run by Wilson was a home opener, and that was an inside the park home run, so that's his first home run tonight that has left the ballpark.
That's a good point, now that you mention it.
The first baseman, number 27, Ryan Rio.
That home run also got action up in that Maple Leafs bullpen. I believe that's Adam Maurer, the 3rd Maurer brother, warming in that Maple Leafs bullpen right now.
Well, Hyde pitched very well through 3 innings, but in trouble here in the 4th as he walked the number 9 hitter and then gave up a 2-run blast to Wilson. 1 out for Ryan Rio now, the first baseman, and a 4-4 tie.
Hyde doesn't have the stuff, in my opinion, to go through 3 times through the order, and you're seeing it right now for the Baycats.
Hyde puts one in the dirt, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rio with a .370 average coming into tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball, couldn't get it over, and it's 2-1. Rio with an RBI double in the first, hit by a pitch in the second, hits this one sharply, foul, over near the Baycat bullpen.
That's a close one for the fans down the first baseline.
Everybody a little bit of concern, just hoping everyone's okay, and it appears everything's fine down that first base line. So the count 2-2. Here's the pitch from Hyde. Fouled again, this one the other direction. 4-4 tie and a 2-2 count here with one away for the Baycats in the fourth. Hyde to Rio, and the count is full. Maple Leafs 7-6 in 13 games, so a win tonight would guarantee them a first half winning record. Backhanded and dropped by Toppoli. Gets it to the pitcher covering, though. Plenty of time. And Rio is retired 3-1 on a nice job by Hyde to get over. And there's 2 down in the inning for Avery Tuck.
If that was Jake Wilson, if it was Owen Jansen, it might become a concern for Davy Toppoli at first base, but he knows there's a lot of speed with Ryan Rio, so he's able to correct the play and get the out at first base. Second out of this inning.
Veteran Toppoli knows that sometimes just knocking it down, you can still have enough time to make that play. Avery Tuck tonight in his home debut. 0 for 2 tonight, has a pair of flyouts to left field.
Show us how they do it in Maryland. Come on now.
A 1 pitch on the ground at the Baycat dugout. Off the bare hand of somebody, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Import struggling to begin the season in a small sample size. Brantford last night brings in 2 Americans. One of them gets the golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts. Another one only 1 hit. Tuck 0 for 2 right now.
And missing one that offering is Hyde. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one's gloved by Toppoli. Trots to the bag in time for the out. So 3 outs for Andrew Hyde after giving up the 2-run homer to Jake Wilson. And the Baycats tied at 4. We go to the top of the 5th inning. You're watching Baycats TV.
Preparing the fourth, 2 runs on 1 hit with no errors, no runners left on base. Inning number 5 is sponsored by SeatGiant.ca, the official ticket marketplace of the Barrie Baycats. Get all of your major event tickets within North America in Canadian funds. SeatGiant.ca. There's 2 other games underway in the IBL tonight. Top of the 5th in Kitchener, the Hamilton Cardinals lead the Kitchener Panthers by a score of 9-0. Bottom of the 5th in Welland, London Majors and the Welland Jackfish are tied at 2. Leading up the 5th for the Maple Leafs, the designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
Fifth inning we go here at Coates Stadium in Midhurst. 5th inning brought to you by Seat Giant, the official ticket marketplace of the Barrie Baycats. Get all of your major event tickets within North America in Canadian funds. Riley takes a rip and a miss, strike 1 to lead off the top of the 5th inning. He'll be followed by Garrett Takamatsu and Marcus Connect. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Maple Leafs. They've left 4. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Baycats. They've left 6. 4 errors in this game already, 3 for Toronto. Sean Riley 1 for 2 tonight for the Maple Leafs. Leafs one of 3 teams who have yet to reach the midway point in this 30-game schedule. 7-6 coming into tonight. Kitchener has played 14. Or sorry, Kitchener's played 13. London has played 14. And the other teams, Welland, Hamilton, Brantford, and Barrie, have all reached the second half of their schedule. Baycats 6-10 in 16 games. Count is now full to Sean Riley.
Speaking of some of those teams, Group Trinidad's London Majors up 5-2 over the Jackfish right now, and Hamilton blowing out the Panthers. It's 12-0 in that game, so no contest in Hamilton Panthers game right now, to say the least.
Well, Hamilton's been on both sides of some lopsided scores this year, much like the Baycats. They kind of seem to be one of those boomer bust teams. You just never know what you're going to get from them on any given night. Riley staying alive here, 3-2 against Marshall Leishman. 20-year-old left-hander. And a Baycat newcomer. Delivers, and this one is hit to right center field. Going back is Wilson to his left, and it drops against the bottom of the fence. Wilson picks it up, throws it in, and Riley into second easily with a stand-up double.
A pedestrian night for Sean Riley in his first game against the Baycats a couple weeks back at home. But tonight, an RBI base hit in his last at-bat and a double between the right fielder and center fielder in that spot. And the Maple Leafs have leadoff base runner on for yet another inning.
Garrett Takamatsu hit a 2-run homer in the first. And he bats with a man on here in the fifth. First offering from Leishman is hit to left center field. And that one bounces off the bottom of the fence. Rounding third is Riley. Here he comes. He'll score easily. 3 RBIs tonight for Garrett Takamatsu, and Toronto back on top again. It's 5-4 Maple Leafs.
You mentioned that the next time the Maple Leafs come to Midhurst Coach Stadium is in late August. By that time, Garrett Takamatsu will be in school. And I think that's going to be the last time you see Takamatsu play here at Coach Stadium anytime soon. His college career is done after next season. I think you're going to see him play professional baseball somewhere in the independent ranks as early as 2022.
Well, what a treat it has been to watch him just simply as an IBL observer. If you're playing against him, certainly it hasn't been a treat, but he's had an incredible year. 463 average coming into tonight, third in the IBL. Came into tonight tied with teammate Sean Riley with 18 RBIs. You can add 3 to that, so 21 RBIs now for Takamatsu. And a 4-way tie for first in home runs with 5, and the home run he hit in the first inning would pull him ahead in that category as well. So
the right fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect.
He's been right among all the leaders on the IBL offensive leaderboard.
Comes from the Ontario Blue Jay program. He was coached by Damien Topley, the Maple Leafs manager, growing up, so it was an easy decision for Takamatsu to sign with the Maple Leafs ahead of the 2019 season.
Sixth home run of the season for Takamatsu would pull him ahead of Justin Mara, his teammate, Matt Hildebrandt, who we saw here on Tuesday, and Kitchener's Liam Wilson, who all had 5 home runs coming into tonight.
I should say Takamatsu made his IBL debut in 2018. 2019 was an injury-plagued season for Takamatsu.
Standing at second now with nobody out. 1-1 the count to Marcus Connect.
You now have a right-hander throwing in the Baycats bullpen.
High pop-up. Right side of the outfield, and it'll be the right fielder, Avery Tuck, running in front of Jake Wilson, taking that one for the out. And there's one away.
We talked about this on prior broadcasts. This is the time of night where it becomes difficult, so easy fly balls, you want to have communication in the outfield because a center fielder or right fielder can easily lose the ball in the light right now. It can become an issue in the outfield, to say the least.
Feels like the kind of night where we may start to see a bit of fog form in the outfield as well, too. We've had a couple of games like that this season with the high humidity, and the temperature starts to drop. Not really an issue right now, but we're starting to get to that point in the evening where it might start to become a factor on this hazy night. This one hit on the ground, roller to short, The throw is a high one, and down with it is Rio. He applies the tag. Topley retired 6-3. Takamatsu gets to third. And there's 2 away for Dan Mara.
Second base, number 6, Dan Mara.
Topley limping, heading back to that Maple Leafs dugout. The Maple Leafs can't afford to lose another batter tonight. Limps down the Maple Leafs dugout.
Well, he's the kind of veteran who has played through almost any kind of injury you can imagine.
I'm sure he's played with a pulled hamstring once or twice in his over 20 years time in the IBL.
1-0 the count to Dan Mara, the second baseman. Hits this one up the middle into center field. It's a base hit. The Leafs will get their 6th run of the night as Garrett Takamatsu scores an RBI single for Mara. 2 runs in the inning for the Maple Leafs.
The left fielder, number 2, Ryan Santos.
3rd lead of the night for Toronto, so they've been up 2-0, 4-2, and now 6-4.
The next 4 batters, all left-handed batters, so if you're Baycats manager Josh Matlow, I think you let Leishman face these next 4 guys, and when it comes to facing Sean Riley after that, you pull the plug for Leishman tonight.
Mara at first, he does not go. Pitch is a called strike, 1-1. As you mentioned, the Leafs not exactly with much depth on that bench either, so that limits their ability to counter-strategize any pitching changes, try to get a favorable matchup. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Dan Mara, or Ryan Santos, excuse me. Mara at first.
An impressive showing by the Maple Leafs offense without Jonathan Salazzo, who's been one of the best sluggers in the IBL the last half-decade, so this goes to show you can miss a guy like that and still put up numbers.
High hopper to third. Infante takes it, goes to second, and they get the force out there. And that will do it for Toronto, but they score 2, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. With Ryan Eakin, I'm Ben Davy. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Baycats trailing by a score of 6-4 here at Cope Stadium in Springwater. Maple Leafs have led 2-0, 4-2, and now 6-4. Their 3rd lead of the night, and the Baycats looking to respond in their half of the 5th. Branfi Infante, Owen Jansen, and Michael Cicchetto all due up here for the Baycats. Andrew Hyde with his first offering. This is ball 1. Toronto, 6 runs, 9 hits, 5 left, and Barrie with 4 runs, 7 hits, 6 left. Both these teams have left the bases loaded once in this ball game. Scoring chances aplenty on both sides so far in the first half of this ball game. Called strike makes the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Infante with a couple of fly balls tonight. Flied out to center in the first, flied out to left in the third. Swings and misses, and the count is even 2-2.
Safe to say he was sitting fastball on that one.
Two-two pitch. And the count is full. This is the first of 5 games in 4 days for the Maple Leafs. They visit Brantford tomorrow and have a doubleheader in Kitchener on Saturday, then back at the pits Sunday afternoon against Welland. 3-2. Oh, and that hits him. Infante grabs his helmet quickly and sprints down to first base. Everybody gasping.
I think it missed him, but it's ball 4 anyway, so Brantford, who looks fine, goes down the first baseline. He's on with the leadoff walk.
Wow, if that missed him, it was just barely.
Shortstop number 25, Owen Jensen.
The way that helmet came off, I thought for sure it caught a piece of him.
Would have been quite dangerous if that ball connected to him, no question.
So Infante aboard, and Jensen will bat now. And thank goodness Infante is okay. On the ground, Taylor made double play here. 4-6, and the throw gets away from Damon Toppoli. And the speedy Jansen will take second.
Costello having a tough time out there at shortstop for the Maple Leafs. Plays at first base with the Baycats and third base on left field. Shortstop, I think he's showing tonight. Jordan Costello's now a shortstop.
The designated hitter number 5, Mike Cicchetto.
So Infante retired 4-6. Jansen gets to second base, and Cicchetto bats now with 1 on and 1 out in the inning. I'll mention the Maple Leafs have not played since Sunday, so their bullpen is well rested. But having said that, this is the first of 5 games in 4 days. With 4 games following this one in 3 games, you got to believe that Damon Toppoli's preference would be avoid getting too deep into the bullpen tonight if possible.
Oh, I mentioned Adam Moore, who's now no longer up in that Maple Leafs bullpen. He's a guy that can pitch 3-4 innings, so he might be a guy you can start in one of those double headers. Double headers, 7 innings. If you can get half the game from him, that's a success for Damien Toppoli and the Maple Leafs.
That's a good point. That doubleheader is in Kitchener on Saturday. 2 balls and a strike to Mike Cicchetto. James Anderson on deck, and then Jake McDonald, the number 9 hitter. High to Cicchetto. And that pitch is high. 3 balls and a strike. Cicchetto tonight with a double and a strikeout. Runner at second, that's Jansen. 3-1 on the way. Down the third base line and through into left field. Coming around third is Jansen, and he will score. And the Baycats make it a 6-5 ball game.
I don't know if that's going to be scored a double for Cicchetto because there was bobbled by McLeod, or excuse me, the Maple Leafs left fielder.
Santos.
Ryan Santos, that's
left
correct.
field now, yeah.
So I think that would have been a base hit for Cicchetto, but he was able to take 90 feet because he was bobbled in left field. So a great opportunity for the Baycats now to tie the game with another base hit. Should it be deep enough to score Cicchetto from second base.
Well, the Baycats have had base runners in all 5 innings tonight as they fight their way back into this one, now trailing 6-5. They've trailed 3 times already this evening. And here's James Anderson now with a man in scoring position. First pitch strike to start him off. That one misses away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Baycats off tomorrow. They're in Welland Saturday evening. That's a 6 o'clock start, and then a doubleheader in Kitchener on Sunday. So Kitchener gets a doubleheader against Toronto on Saturday, then they get a doubleheader against the Baycats on Sunday. It'll be a busy weekend for the Panthers. Called strike, and it's 2-2. Cheto at second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And a little flare to second base. At 1 hops. Mara got the throw over cleanly, though. Cheto stays put, and Anderson retired 4-3.
For Mara, no point having that ball potentially eat you up. Played off a hop. There's no speed coming out of the batter's box. Easy out, 4-3 for the Maple Leafs.
Number 26, Jake McDonald.
McDonald tonight reached on an error, and he walked and scored. Hyde to McDonald. And framing that pitch was Mara. He did not get it. Count is 1-0. 5th inning brought to you by Seat Giant, the official ticket marketplace of the Barrie Baycats. Get all of your major event tickets within North America in Canadian funds. Pitch from Hyde. And that's low, ball 2. Hyde has walked just 1 batter tonight, and that was McDonald. And that leadoff walk proved costly in the 4th inning. Jake Wilson came right behind him and hit a 2-run homer. 2 balls and a strike. Baycats looking to erase their 3rd deficit of the evening. It's 6-5 Toronto. Hyde comes set. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's a 2-2 count to Jake McDonald.
There's not much life on Hyde's fastball. He can't get blown by too many of his fastballs tonight.
Cheto at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch from Hyde. And he gets a piece and he fouls that off. A protected swing to keep the count at 2-2. Maple Leafs looking for their first win over the Baycats this season. They are 0-2 against Barrie, leading tonight now 6-5 here in the 5th. Hyde checks the runner, the leg kick, the 2-2. Change speeds and swing and a miss. McDonald out in front of that one, and down go the Baycats in the 5th. They score a run, though, and trim the lead to 1. It's now 6-5 Maple Leafs after 6 at Coates Stadium.
1 run and 1 hit, 1 Toronto error, 1 runner left on base. Inning number 6 is sponsored by Starting Lineup Uniform and Apparel, the official jersey of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel. The next home game for your Baycats will be Saturday, August 21st, a 7 p.m. start when the London Majors battle your Barrie Baycats. Get your tickets at barriebaycats.com and avoid the lineup. Saturday, August 21st, 7 p.m. versus London. McLaren.
Sixth inning here at Coates Stadium in Springwater. It is brought to you by Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Chandler McLaren came on as a defensive replacement for Grant Tamani earlier in this ball game. And McLaren, the number 9 hitter, hits this one to second, and it's past the glove of Jeff Cowan and a base hit. So McLaren is aboard, and one on with nobody out for Jordan Castaldo.
That took quite the hop off Cowan. I don't think that was going to be a playable ball anyways, but that hop definitely makes sure that was going to be a base hit. McLaren, you're going back to his timing well. He had put up big numbers. He's come on tonight pretty much out of the bullpen, you can say, for the Maple Leafs. Off the bench and replaced with Grant Tamani, and he's been outstanding for the Maple Leafs in that 9-hole.
Certainly has, and now the leadoff man, Jordan Castaldo, the shortstop, batting. Toronto looking to add to their 6-5 lead. Check swing, and it's a called strike, 0-1.
Castaldo not happy with that call.
Castaldo, as we mentioned, leading the IBL in runs scored with 20 coming into tonight. 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Leishman's pitch, and it misses ball 1.
Here, Branford Fonte out at third base. He wanted that call. First call, Castaldo won it. Second call, the Baycats won it. It's nice and even at 1-1.
Yes, sir.
1-2 to Jordan Castaldo. Marshall Leishman threw 6 innings in that last appearance that he made a week ago in Welland. Ended up taking a no decision in an 8-7 extra innings loss, but threw 6 very strong innings for Barrie that night. They'd love to get 6 or more out of him here tonight. Left-hander winds and the 1-2. And the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
His 2-2 pitch will be pitch number 100 in this ball game for Marshall Leishman.
Baycat bullpen quiet at the moment.
Which is interesting. You would think after the next batter, you would almost certainly want to bring in a right-handed pitcher.
The righties coming up to follow. That one fouled back to the screen, and the count holds at 2-2. Justin Mara on deck. He is a right-handed bat. And Sean Riley to follow. That part of the lineup has been lethal tonight for the Maple Leafs. Mara, Riley, and Takamatsu right behind him. 2-2 from Leishman. And the count is full.
Might send McLaren here at first base for the Maple Leafs. Castaldo, not a guy that strikes out a lot. Might be an opportunity if he puts the ball in the gap here to add on to that lead for the Maple Leafs.
And McLaren draws a throw. Leishman has a pair of walks tonight, both of them to McLaren. Or, sorry, one to Tamani, one to McLaren. Fouled over to the Baycat dugout, and the count holds at 3-2.
Castaldo working Leishman here. It's surprising that that Baycats bullpen with Leishman well over 100 pitches, well, not well over, but around that 110 mark soon. As quiet as could be right now, it's looking like they're going to give Leishman an opportunity here to pitch through the 6th inning.
Leishman had 17 strikeouts, 9 walks coming into this appearance here tonight, 18 innings of work. As mentioned, 6 of them in that game against Welland last week. Here's the payoff pitch. Down the first base line, glove by Rio, drops it, picks it up, plenty of time for the out there. Advancing to second is McLaren.
Former Baycats first baseman hits it to the new Baycats first baseman for the first out.
And here comes the catcher, Justin Mara.
Justin Mara.
Six runs on 10 hits for the Maple Leafs tonight. They've stranded 5. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Baycats. They've stranded 7. 5 errors in the game so far, 4 of them to the Maple Leafs. And a call strike to Justin Mara. Chandler McLaren at second base, one out here. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Leafs ahead, 6-5. Pitch from Leishman. And that one misses away, and the count is 1-1. Anderson puts down the sign. Leishman from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike two. Leishman has struck out 4 tonight. Mara struck out to end the 4th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Leishman is ready. The 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing. They'll appeal at third. He did not go. And the count holds 2-2. And Leishman will rub up a fresh baseball. Gets the sign from his catcher, comes set from the belt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch to Mara. High fly ball to center field. Wilson has a good read on it. Makes the catch, runner stays put, and there are 2 away. And the DH, Sean Riley, comes to the plate.
The designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
Riley 2 for 3 tonight. A single, double, and a run scored.
And they're going to put Riley right on. There's no reason to face him in that spot, and that's going to do his night. The only thing with putting Riley on, you're facing an even more dangerous hitter right now in Garrett Takamatsu for whoever comes out of the Baycats bullpen.
Well, with 2 out in the inning, it sets up the force at any bag. But other than that, you're right. Who would you rather face, Riley or Takamatsu? The Baycats will take their chances against Garrett Takamatsu as Marshall Leishman heads off the field and gets a nice hand from the fans here at Coates Stadium. Pitching change for the Baycats. They trail by a run. You're watching Baycats TV.
Number 12, Barrie Baycats.
Brad Grieveson on in relief for the Barrie Baycats here in the top of the 6th inning. He will face Garrett Takamatsu with the bases loaded. Runners at first and second. McLaren at second and Riley at first.
That's my fault, Brad. That's my fault. I said the bases were going to be loaded by putting on Riley.
So a righty-righty matchup here, and foul back to the screen.
Guess the logic with that is you bring in Grievenson. Last time Grievenson faced Riley, Riley hit a bomb in that ninth inning, and Christie Pitts cut the Maple Leafs lead, or the Baycats lead to 1. Baycats ended up winning that game 20-19. Although when Grievenson defends, Sean Riley hits bombs against every pitcher.
This one hit to left field. McDonald back near the wall, and he makes the catch. A long fly ball by Garrett Takamatsu, tracked down by Jake McDonald at the wall, and what a huge out, as that will do it for the Maple Leafs in the 6th. They're unable to score, but they lead 6-5 as we go to the bottom of the 6th here at Coates Stadium.
For the Baycats, center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Baycats trail by a score of 6-5. Some defensive changes here for the Maple Leafs as Adam Mara will come on in relief of Andrew Hyde. So Hyde working 5 innings tonight, and he is the pitcher of record in the 6-5 game. Jordan, this one is hit to right center field, and McLaren gives way to Connect. Connect, the right fielder, makes the catch, and Jake Wilson goes down on a fly ball to right. Jordan Castaldo moves from short to first. Dan Mara moves from second to short. And number 2 is in the game for Toronto at second base. Jeff Cowan, the second baseman, will bat now for the Baycats.
The issue with that is there's no number 2 on the Maple Leafs roster.
Where's number 2? I do it, so where's number 2?
I do the inserts. I know.
Here's the pitch, and it's a called strike. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Count is 3-1 here to Jeff Cowan. Cowan tonight 1 for 3. To first, and it's under the glove of Castaldo into right field. Connect over to pick it up, and Jeff Cowan gets a 1-out hit here for the Baycats in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Looking at who that could potentially be at second base for the Maple Leafs is not Connor Lewis.
Number 27, Ryan Rio.
It might be Brian Swell, number 45, but there's no number 2 on that Maple Leafs roster.
Adam Mara, the lefty, goes inside to Ryan Rio, a ball.
The left fielder's new. Whoever the left fielder.
Mara dangles that left arm, now comes set from the belt, and the pitch. And that one's fouled off back to the screen. Mara with a quasi sidearm delivery, drops it down fairly low. There's the pitch. And Rio lays off. It's 2 balls and a strike.
As we try to inch closer to this mystery, I believe Ryan Santos is at second base. Dan Amar is at shortstop. Jordan Castaldo is at first base. And someone new is in the ballgame for the Maple Leafs in left field, with Marcus Connect in center field.
Yeah, Santos is number 2, so that would make sense, even though he was not on the roster, or not listed as number 2 on the roster.
Wow.
According to our stats man, Tim Clark, it's Jeff McLeod, the former Guelph Royal, another Guelph Royal in that ball game for the Maple Leafs now in left field. So Jeff McLeod comes in for Damien Toppoli, moves Castaldo from shortstop to first base, Dan Mara from second base to shortstop, and Ryan Santos from the outfield to second base.
So the outfield now, McLeod, McLaren, and Connect. And the infield left to right, Takamatsu, Dan Mara, Santos, and Castaldo. And Justin Mara catching Adam Mara. All three Mara brothers on the field right now for the Leafs. Dan at short, Adam on the mound, and Justin behind the plate. 3-1. A rocket to right, Connect going back. It's over his head and off the wall. Cowan had to hold at second to be sure. They're going to put the brakes on him. He'll hold up at third. And a double for Ryan Rio puts 2 in scoring position for the cleanup man.
Second double tonight for the Baycats number 3 slugger, Ryan Rio. And what an opportunity here for Avery Tuck.
So with only 1 out, Cowan unable to score.
Avery Tuck.
He had to make sure that Connect didn't come up with that catch. Cowan at third, Rio at second, Avery Tuck, the newcomer. 0 for 3 tonight. Chance for him to put Barrie on top for the first time this evening. Here's the first offering, and it's a called strike. If you're just joining us, the Baycats looking to overcome their 3rd deficit of the ball game. Toronto has led 2-0, 4-2, and now 6-5. One ball, 1 strike to Tuck. The pitch from the left-hander. It is 2 balls and a strike. Pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. As this game reaches the 2-hour mark. Thanks for joining us tonight here on Baycats TV, the official YouTube channel of the Barrie Baycats. And Tuck draws a walk. That loads the bases for Brant Fianfonte.
The third baseman number 8, Brant Fianfonte.
Andrew Hyde working 5 innings tonight, hopeful for his first win of the season. It's in jeopardy here with the bases loaded. Outside corner, it's a strike to Infante. 1 out here in the 6th. Baycats looking for their first lead of the night. They trail 6-5, 1 away. Pitch from Mara. Swung on and missed. He may have got a piece. 0-2, and Infante quickly behind here.
Mara's not a guy that's going to blow fastballs by anyone. He's a cheeky lefty, and you saw it on that 0-1 pitch to Infante.
Adam Mara, 5'8", 160 pounds.
You go back to his outing at Christie pitch against the Maple Leafs a couple weeks back, I guess a few weeks back now. He was the only Maple Leafs pitcher that was able to stop the bleeding in that ball game.
Swung on and missed. And down goes Infante. So 2 down for Owen Jansen.
The shortstop, number 25, Owen Jensen.
Adam Mara will turn 27 this month. The Toronto native will work to Owen Jansen here, the shortstop. Bases loaded, 2 out. And he misses on the first offering.
This is why you have a guy like Mara in your bullpen, bases loaded, 2 out, and it's lefty on lefty. You have to get the lefty. He hasn't gotten the last 2 lefties. He allowed double to Rio and a base on ball to Tuck.
Fouled over the Toronto dugout, strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Baycats left the bases loaded in the 2nd. Bases loaded with 2 out here in the 6th. The left-hander winds the 1-1, and it's ball 2. Owen Jansen tonight, 1 for 3. Struck out in the 3rd. The pitch. High, ball 3. Nowhere to put him, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. And Mara has to find the plate here on this next 3-1 offering, or the Baycats have tied the game. Ball 4, and we have a 6-all tie. Second walk of the inning for Adam Mara, and the bases remain loaded for the DH, Michael Cicchetto.
The designated hitter, number 5, Mike Cicchetto.
Mara comes out of the bullpen. His last 3 lefties he's faced. Double, walk, walk. That's not what you want from your lefty specialist.
Well, you really got to love the resiliency of the Baycats tonight as they've overcome their 3rd deficit of the evening now, trailing 2-0, 4-2 and 6-4, and now tied at 6 and a chance for their first lead of the ball game. Pitch to Cicchetto, misses, ball 1.
Cicchetto having his best night of the season. 2 doubles. Coming into tonight, he had nothing but base hits. Running a double be nice for the Baycats right now in this spot.
Pitch from Mara. Cicchetto fouls it off, and it's 1-1. Mike Cicchetto does not have a home run this year. 6 RBIs coming into tonight. Here's the 1-1. And that misses off the plate, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
$16 balls, 14 strikes for Mara. That's not going to get the job done.
Swing and a miss. Mara changes speeds, and on the breaking pitch, Cicchetto misses, and the count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It'd be interesting to have a radar gun on Mara right now. He's not throwing anything but slop. But right now, he's hoping it's going to be effective slop.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adam Mara with the delivery. This one hit to left field. Playable, though. Over is McLeod. Makes the catch, and that will do it. The Baycats leave the bases loaded for the 2nd time tonight, but they tie the game. And as we head to the 7th inning, it's Toronto 6, Barrie 6. You're watching Baycats TV.
number 7 is sponsored by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment. Redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. For the Maple Leafs, the right fielder number 24, Marcus Connect.
Hard-throwing right-hander and 40-year-old veteran Brad Grieveson back out to work the top of the 7th inning for the Baycats. And the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Barrie Baycats tied at 6s. Marcus Connect, Damon Topley. Actually, we'll have a pinch hitter for Topley. And yeah, McLeod, I think, would hit in that spot, and then Dan Mara to follow. Swing and a miss. Grieveson coming at him with the heat, and it's 0-2. The Creemore native with a wind, and the 0-2 offering is fouled. Over to the trees and out of play.
Grieveson perhaps expected to pitch in one of the doubleheader games against the Panthers on Sunday.
Hasn't thrown since August 4th. That was the 8-1 loss in Brantford. He threw 4 innings of relief that night. Just past his glove. Second baseman has it, though, and Cowan makes the throw over. It's low, but in time for the out.
Oh, exactly. A great effort by Connect coming out of the batter's box on that one either.
Batting for the first baseman, Damon Topley, number
So Jeff McLeod gets Damon Topley's spot in the order. Topley was 1 for 3 tonight.
Saw him limping off his last at bat.
Had to make quite a few adjustments for Topley to leave the game. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Grieveson's fastball has some life tonight. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3. Grieveson coming right after these Toronto hitters, and he gets 2 quick outs in the 7th.
Shortstop number 6, Dan Mara.
We have a couple mid-80 fastballs, if not low 80 fastballs by McLeod in that last at bat.
Brad Grieveson on in relief of Marshall Leishman, and the Maple Leafs have yet to get a base runner off of him. 1-0 pitch, fouled off the screen, and the count is 1-2. Grieveson's 1-1 is inside. Got a piece of him. He's caught the jersey on the way by, so Mara is aboard, a hit batter. Toronto gets their first base runner off Grieveson. Here comes Ryan Santos. 7th inning brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment, redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. And Grieveson finds the plate for a strike. 0-1 to Santos. Off speed misses, 1 ball and 1 strike. Santos in his first game for the Maple Leafs this season. Reached on an error, fielder's choice, and a ground out tonight. Number 9 hitter Chandler McLaren is on deck. Crowd at Coates Stadium behind Brad Grieveson. Looking for strike 3 right here. Here's the pitch. It's up and away, and the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dan Mara does not have a stolen base this season. 2-2 from Brad Grieveson. Fouled over the screen.
Here the Maple Leafs, now would be a great time for Dan Mara to get his first stolen base of the season. Santos unlikely to hit a home run in this spot. He's not really known for his power, but you can get Mara to still second base. You're a base hit away from retaking the lead for the 4th time tonight.
Well, that's a great point, especially with 2 outs. Let's see if he goes here on this 2-2 pitch. He bluffs. Off speed and a swing and a miss. Brad Grieveson with 2 strikeouts in the 7th, and the Leafs strand a runner. We remain tied at 6. Stretch time here at Coates Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs. Jeff McLeod remains in the game, playing left field. Jordan Cosaldo moves from shortstop to first base. Dan Mara moves from second base to shortstop. Ryan Santos moves from left field to second base.
Beautiful crescent moon here at Coates Stadium tonight in right field, and the fans enjoying a beautiful summer evening and a very entertaining ball game. A 6-all tie. Barrie has yet to lead, but shown some tremendous resiliency, overcoming 3 deficits tonight.
We got the 7th for the Baycats. Catcher number 34, James Anderson.
And James Anderson will head to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 7th for Barrie. Baycats looking to make it a perfect 3-0 against Toronto. A high, deep fly ball to right field, and it's caught by Marcus Connect. James Anderson just missed parking that one over the right field fence.
The left fielder, number 26, Jake McDonald.
Jake McDonald is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, has a strikeout. Reached on an error. And Mara gets the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Adam Mara on in relief of Andrew Hyde, who got the start tonight. This one hit on the ground to second base. It gets through Ryan Santos and into center field. Seventh straight inning that the Baycats have had a base runner.
The center fielder, number 15,
Usually Jake McDonald's best tonight. He drew a nice walk earlier in the game. Struck out last time, but it was a decent at bat, and now he has a base hit for his first hit of the night.
Oh, and if you're struggling with a batting average, as Jake has this season, you just look for those opportunities to get on base, just try to get a little action going in the bottom of the order, and he's done that a couple of times tonight. Scored a big run in that fourth inning just by drawing the walk, and then Jake Wilson brought him home with a 2-run bomb right behind him. Let's see if history repeats itself here as Wilson will bat with McDonald at first, as Barrie looks for their first lead of the night. Adam Mara with the pitch. Runner goes. Delayed steal, the throw down, head first slide, and he's in. Bit of a delayed jump there by McDonald, but he was able to get down there, steal the base, and get in scoring position.
I don't think Mara saw that he was stealing second until it was way too late.
Mara to the belt, and now he steps off. Fans want to balk, but Mara was fine with that move.
Baycats playing in at third base, perhaps preventing a bunt.
Well, that's interesting. We'll see. We haven't seen Wilson square yet this at bat.
I think the idea would be to bunt to get on base with one out. You're not going to do a sacrifice bunt, but with Wilson's speed, the third baseman's playing back, he could easily take a bag at first base easily.
Slaps it to the right side, and it's under the glove of Castaldo and into right field. Rounding third is McDonald, and he scores! The Baycats get their first lead of the night. It's 7-6 Barrie. Nice at bat for Jake Wilson and a big RBI, the biggest of the night for the Baycats so far.
And that's going to do Adam Murray's night. So efficient this season for the Maple Leafs, but it's not efficient tonight. He didn't have. He wasn't throwing strikes when he did. He was getting hit.
Pitching change for the Maple Leafs. Baycats with 1 on and 1 out here in the 7th, looking to add to their 7-6 lead. You're watching Baycats TV. We'll be right back.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs at the pitch, number 28, Kyle Parrott.
Pitching change for the Maple Leafs as Kyle Parrott comes into the game.
Jeff Cowan.
Parrott, 22 years old, native of East Gwillimbury, and he will make his 7th appearance of the season, his 6th relief outing, and brings a 2-0 record and a .948 ERA to the mound tonight. Jeff Cowan comes to the plate. And the count is 1-0.
Parrott's one of those guys that for the Maple Leafs, he's a regular season pitcher for them. You're not going to see this guy pitch in the playoffs for them, but he's a guy during the regular season, the dog days of the season, halfway through the season, can give you innings.
Cowan got his 400th career IBL hit against the Hamilton Cardinals here last week, and he went 5 for 5 that evening. So he not only got hit 400, he got 401, 402, 403, and 404, all in that same game.
Closer to 500 now.
And then against the Welland Jackfish, he led off with a single in his first at-bat, so he had 6 straight hits, 6 plate appearances in a row, coming off that career milestone.
Many better pure contact hitters in the 103-year history of the IBL than Jeff Cowan.
Chopped on the ground, and it's in foul territory. No question about that. Bunted to get on in the first inning and ended up getting to third on an error, throwing error, and scored a run. Singled and scored in the sixth, so he's 2 for 4 tonight.
I wonder how many of those 400-plus hits have been a bunt laid down the third baseline he got on.
He's a prototypical situational hitter, knows exactly what to do at the plate and win. And he battles here to even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's one of those guys. He played for the Canadian national junior team in his teenage years. He played in the North Rhodes League, which is the best summer collegiate league. He was an all-star in that league, which not many Canadians get to stay in a league that was full of guys like Max Scherzer and others. So quite the impressive career for Jeff Cowan.
Runner goes, and in head first is the runner, Jake Wilson. Stolen base gets him to scoring position with 1 away.
Jake Wilson tonight, 3 hits, 2 stolen bases, a home run. Quite the night for the Baycats leadoff hitter.
4th stolen base for Wilson this season. He's been caught just once. 3-2 count here to Jeff Cowan. And now Parrott will step off, and Cowan will step out. Parrott to the belt. Payoff pitch. Outside ball 4.
Come on, 2-7.
Cowan draws a walk. Ryan Rio bats with 2 on.
Opportunity for the Baycats' best slugger to break this game open for the Baycats.
Rio with a pair of doubles tonight, hit by a pitch and a ground out. 2 for 3 and a big at bat here with 2 on and 1 out of the 7th inning. Called strike to start him off. Rio has been among the IBL leaders in RBIs all season long, 16 coming into tonight. Left-hander holds the bat high, and the pitch from Parrott, and that misses low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilson at second, Cowan at first. 1 out. Pitch. Swing and a miss as Rio couldn't hold a swing on that one. 1-2 now. Parrott checks the runner. And the 1-2 delivery. Pop foul. Left side and out of play. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ryan Rio. Here's the pitch. And the count is even, 2-2. The delivery from Parrott, and the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. What an at bat here by Ryan Rio.
You can tell Dan Marr, the Maple Leaf shortstop, reacting to that 2-2 pitch call. He wanted that to be strike 3.
Back-to-back singles by McDonald and Wilson. Cowan with a base on balls. 2 on. Leafs trailing for the first time tonight at 7-6 Barrie. Parrott checks the runner. 3-2, runners go. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Kyle Parrott, and Avery Tuck will bat with the bases loaded.
Another opportunity for Tuck to make his name known among Baycat fans. Bases loaded. He can break this game wide open for Brad Greenson and the Baycats.
Come on, Avery.
Tuck comes to the plate, and a big moment for the Baycats as they look to build on their lead here. 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nowhere to put him. Parrott with the first offering. It's a called strike. Want to once again welcome all of our viewers watching tonight on Baycats TV, enjoying this live broadcast. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, and glad to have the live broadcasts going for you for the home schedule for the remainder of this season. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, bookmark the page, and post it on your socials as well too, and get the word out. We'll have the broadcasts here for the remainder of the home schedule. 1-1. It hit him right in the back. Tuck tosses the bat away, brings a run home the hard way, or the easy way, depending on how you describe it. But
I think he'll take that. It was a slider coming in. It wasn't a fastball to his back or anything like that. He braced himself for it. He'll take it. It's an RBI.
So he reaches base for the second time tonight, and Barrie now leads by 2. Toronto had not trailed in this ballgame coming into the bottom of the 7th. The Baycats scratch out a couple of runs. 8-6 for the Baycats now, and Branfi Infante will try to add more. Infante 0 for 3 tonight. So on the bases, we have Cowan at third, Rio at second, Tuck at first. Kyle Parrott would love a ground ball here to get out of this inning. Fouled over the screen and out of play.
That Maple Leafs bullpen's empty, so whatever happens from here on out, Kyle Parrott might just have to eat the rest of the innings here. I know it might only be 5 more outs when you consider Baycats don't have the lead, but nonetheless, this might be his ball game to win or lose. The Maple Leafs out of the bullpen tonight.
Well, we mentioned it's the first of 5 games in 4 days for the Maple Leafs, so they did not want to go too deep into their bullpen tonight, no question. The relievers are well rested. They haven't played since Sunday, but
the issue with Parrott is, as was the case with Adam Mara, he's throwing 12 balls, 7 strikes. This can't happen.
This one hits a left field, and it will drop! Here comes Cowan, he scores! Here comes Rio, he scores! Right behind him is Tuck! It's a 3-run double for Branfi Infante! And this crowd at Coates Stadium is loving it as the Baycats explode to an 11-6 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Branfi Infante finally got a strike, and he hits a bullet down the third baseline, and that opens this game wide open for the Baycats.
An absolute carousel of runners out there on the bases. 3 more coming in for the Baycats, and Owen Jansen will bat with a runner at second and still just 1 out in the inning. 11-6 Barrie. What an inning for the Baycats. They send their 8th man to the plate this inning. And the wheels are starting to come off for Kyle Parrott and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Parrott checks the runner, and the 1-0 pitch misses. 2 balls, no strikes.
He's just not throwing strikes. This Maple Leafs bullpen just not throwing strikes, and when they do, the Baycats are taking full advantage.
Well, it's just been amazing the way that the Baycats lineup has lit up the Maple Leaf pitching staff this season so far through 3 games. 20 runs in their first matchup, 16 in their second game, and they have 11 here tonight, and we're still just in the 7th inning.
Maple Leafs team ERA, you look at it, you think, okay, can't get any worse than what it's been, but it's going to get worse, bad.
And this is the kind of offense that the Baycats have really been unable to generate against any other team but Toronto. This level of scoring, and that one goes all the way back. And Branfi Infante moves up another 90 feet.
Credit to the Baycats offense, but as I mentioned, when Parrott came into this ball game, he's not an IBL caliber pitcher. He's not a pitcher you're going to see come playoff time, but Baycats are taking advantage. They're getting on base, whether it's with walks, and Branfi's case, a double, and they're taking it to the Maple Leafs right now.
47 runs in less than 25 innings for the Baycats against this Toronto Maple Leaf team this year. And a base on balls. Owen Jansen is aboard, and the inning keeps going for Michael Cicchetto, the number 9 hitter this inning.
I'm not sure how much longer you can leave him in this ball game. He hasn't even gotten an out yet. He's allowed 3 walks. He's hit a guy. He's allowed a double.
Mike Chichetto.
Batting practice right now for the Baycats.
Mike Chichetto tonight 2 for 4.
He is not even close right now.
Parrott really struggling out there on the mound. Jansen takes second.
You're supposed to throw it in front of him.
The right-hander will try to regroup. Parrott gets the sign from Mara. Here's the 1-0. Inside part of the plate called a strike, 1-1. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1 to Michael Chichetto. Parrott comes set. And the offering. Ball 4, skips away from the catcher. And coming in to score is Branfy Infante. It's a 12-6 lead.
I have no idea how you can leave him in this game. He's not even close.
Back-to-back walks.
And before that, it was a double, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a walk.
8 straight batters have reached safely for the Baycats here in this 7th inning, and it's just been an absolute train wreck for the Maple Leafs, now trailing 12-6.
The catcher number 34, James Anderson.
The Baycats have cracked double digits in scoring 4 times this season. 3 of those 4 times have been against the Maple Leafs. The only other time they scored 10 runs or more was their 11-2 win over Hamilton. And that was on Saturday last weekend here at Coates Stadium. The Baycats now with 48 runs combined over the Toronto Maple Leafs through these first 3 games. A pop-up to shortstop Dan Mara. And a quiet second out. The 11th batter this inning will be Jake McDonald.
12 outs this inning, unless I'm mistaken, have come from James Anderson's bat.
Yep, the first out was a fly out. And sandwiched between those 2 James Anderson outs were 8 consecutive Baycats that reached base safely. So the Baycats just lighting up the Maple Leaf bullpen here tonight.
Number 45 going down to that Maple Leafs bullpen now, but at this point it's just a matter of mopping up the 8th inning. If not the 7th inning, if Parrott can't get through this inning.
Well, just a frustrating situation all around for the Maple Leafs now as they play Brantford tomorrow, then they get that doubleheader on Saturday. So you want to have those arms rested, but the Leafs bullpen being forced to go deep here this evening against the Baycats. 12-6 Barrie. And it's 3 balls, no strikes to Jake McDonald. McDonald, the number 9 hitter in the order, and the 11th Baycat to the plate this inning.
I think you give him the green light 3-0. See if he needs a big hit. Eakin
takes a called strike, 3-1. Jansen at third, Chichetto at first. Runners on the corner here with 2 away. 3-1 the count to Jake McDonald. The pitch, ball 4. 5th walk of the inning for the Baycats. And that'll load him up for Jake Wilson, who already has a home run tonight.
The center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
He's walked 5 batters this inning. He's allowed a hit by pitch. He's allowed a double. This might be one of the worst relief outings I think I've seen in years. And that's going to be his night.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Out comes. Let's see. Now they're going to have another visit on the mound. Not sure if they need a little more time for that reliever to get ready. And yeah, they'll take the ball away, and that will do it for Kyle Parrott. So the Baycats with the bases loaded and 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They lead 12-6. Pitching change for the Maple Leafs. We'll be right back. You're watching Baycats TV.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs in the pitch, number 45, Brian Sewell.
All right, 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. We're at Coates Stadium in Springwater. The Baycats pouring it on here to the tune of a 12-6 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. And on in relief for the Leafs now is Brian Swell, the right-hander.
I think we've all seen position players come in 8th, 9th inning perhaps, but never in the 7th inning have I ever seen a position player come in to close out a game, and that's the case here with the former Burlington Bandit, Brian Swell, trying to close out this ball game for the Maple Leafs. Get them to the finish line at this point.
This one hit on the ground to first. Castaldo steps on the bag, and that will do it for the Baycats. But they send 12 men to the plate, and they've blown this one open. It's 12-6 Barrie through 7 here at Coates Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
Barrie in the 7th, 6 runs on 3 hits and no errors, 3 runners left on base. Number 8 is sponsored by Barnstormer Brewing Company. It's a local beer up from Barrie Baycats. Barnstormer Brewing Company.
Ben Davy and Ryan Eakin. We're live tonight on Baycats TV, on the Baycats official YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us and enjoying this 12-6 Baycats lead here tonight. Baycats had trailed on 3 different occasions, but exploding with a big bottom of the 7th inning to take their first lead of the game and now comfortably in front by 6 runs. Brad Grieveson out again to work the 8th inning here. It's brought to you by Barnstormer Brewing Company, the official local beer of the Barrie Baycats. Grieveson, the pitcher of record here on relief of Marshall Leishman. And he falls behind McLaren, 3 balls, no strikes. Chandler McLaren got called into the game to take over center field after Ryan Santos had to be moved over to left following an injury to Grant Tammany. 3-1 from Grieveson, fouled off left side. A reminder that the Baycats' next home game is a week from Saturday, so 5 straight road games before they're back here as we get our first look at the first place London Majors, Saturday night, 7 o'clock next weekend here at Coates Stadium. That one fouled out of play, and the count is 3-2. Three-2 from Grieveson. On the ground, between first and the mound. It'll be Rio taking it, underhand throw in time. Grieveson, the veteran, knew exactly where he had to go and got there just in the nick of time to get McLaren.
Nice little play there between Grieveson and Rio.
Well, Rio came way off the bag, and that's the second time tonight that he's come way off of first base to make a gutsy play, and he executes nicely there with Brad Grieveson. So 1 down here in the 8th.
Number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Former Baycat Jordan Castaldo, honored here a couple of weeks ago. He received his 2019 IBL ring here in front of Baycats fans and his former teammates.
He's had a tough night tonight outside that base hit in the first inning, first batter of the ball game. He hasn't done anything since.
20 runs scored to lead the IBL, but hasn't gotten any farther than second base tonight, and 3 straight outs following that leadoff single that started the ball game. Grieveson working quickly here, 2-1 pitch, high and away, and it's 3 balls and a strike to Castaldo.
It's great to have a game. You're up 12-6 or a reliever, pitch with pace. When you're up 12-6 and it's game's going to be around that 3-hour mark. Great to see Brad Grieveson out here.
Yeah, put it there, let him put it in play. Off the top of the screen, and it's 3-2. Relievers love pitching with these big leads. You don't need to do a lot of guessing. You just go at them with your best stuff. And a called strike 3. Castaldo was ready to toss the bat away and moved down to first base. And home plate umpire Mackenzie Wright says, no, sir.
He's giving it to the umpire and his way back. He hasn't been happy with some calls all night tonight, but a frustrating night for Jordan Castaldo in his second homecoming for the Baycats this season.
Grieveson's high on the first offering to Justin Mara, the catcher. Justin Mara singled and scored in the 3rd. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Grieveson behind, 2-0. Grieveson with the windup, 2-0 pitch. Gets the called strike. Justin with a solid .383 average coming into tonight's game. Has 5 homers and 14 RBIs. And Grieveson battles back. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. (12-6) Baycats were in the top of the 8th inning. Toronto needs base runners. Justin Morrow with a 2-2 count against Brad Grieveson. Here's the windup and the pitch. Missed, and the count is full. Marshall Leishman started tonight. He'll get a no decision for the second consecutive evening. Swing and a miss. Down go the Leafs, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the inning, and it's the Baycats up by 6. You're watching Baycats TV.
No runners left on base.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Baycats with their 3rd highest offensive output of the season tonight, 12 runs, and all 3 of those games have been against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've scored 20 runs, 16 runs, and now 12 runs against the Leafs this season, and they're looking to make it a perfect 3-0 against their Highway 400 rivals. The Maple Leafs remain the only team that the Baycats have not lost to so far this season. And they'd love to keep it that way here tonight with a 6-run lead. Jeff Cowan comes to the plate. This will be his 6th plate appearance. Brian Sewell back out to work the inning, and a high fly ball to right field. Easy catch for Marcus Connect, one away. Barrie sent 12 men to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning.
First baseman number 27, Ryan Rio.
Broke open a 6-6 tie with a 6-run 7th. Here's Ryan Rio to bat now. Five plate appearances for Rio. He's reached a base on 4 of them. And a strike to start him off. Brian Sewell, a position player, on to pitch here for the Maple Leafs, who just run out of arms tonight. And Sewell did a nice job through just 2 pitches to finally get that last out of the 7th inning. And a quick out here to start off the 8th. And now he's ahead in the count 1-2 to Ryan Rio.
12-6 game, a game that's gone on quite some time. The home plate umpire has expanded his strike zone. No one's complaining.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, it's amazing how often. I mean, we've seen it more than once. A position player comes on and all of a sudden starts getting the outs that the rest of the bullpen just weren't able to get for whatever reason earlier in the game.
Well, I go back a couple of nights ago in that Friday night game, Jays, Red Sox. The Red Sox pitcher was throwing nothing but slap, the position player, at least as well as at least he's competent on the mound, to his credit at least.
Yeah, I was at that game, and it was the second baseman. I forget his name now, but the radar gun at the Rogers Center showed one pitch. I kid you not, at 36 miles per hour.
Yeah.
They were balls that literally you or I could have thrown, and that's saying something. But most of his pitches were around 40, 42, 43. And
it was relatively effective too.
Yeah. I mean, the Blue Jays went up there swinging, and they put the balls in play, but they were outs. And prior to that, the Jays were just feasting. And a high pop-up. It's going to be the shortstop. That's Dan Mara. Wow, 3 quick outs for the Baycats in the bottom of the 8th. And that is their first 3 up, 3 down inning of the ball game. So how about that? What a job by Brian Sewell as he keeps the deficit at 6. We go to the top of the 9th. Barrie on top. You're watching Baycats TV.
Don't forget the next home game for your Baycats will be Saturday, August 21st at 7 p.m. start when the London Majors battle your Barrie Baycats. Get your tickets at barriebaycats.com and avoid the lineup. Saturday, August 21st, 7 p.m. versus London. Inning number 9 is sponsored by Barnes Silver Brewing Company, the official local beer of the Barrie Baycats. Baycats in the pitch number 23, Chris Cox.
Time for the 9th inning. It's brought to you by Barnstormer Brewing Company, the official local beer of the Barrie Baycats. And the home team looking pretty good here with a 12-6 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs, looking to make it a perfect 3-0 against Toronto this year. Chris Cox will come on out of the bullpen and be Barrie's 3rd pitcher of the night.
Chris Cox, the former Toronto Maple Leaf, he pitched for the Maple Leafs in 2011 before the Quebec Capitals picked him up in the independent ranking, and he ended up going professional to the Diamondbacks as well, joining the Diamondbacks for a bit. So his first IBL stint was extremely successful, and it began with the Maple Leafs.
The 9th for the Maple Leafs is designated hitter number 33, Sean Riley.
For Cox, it'll be his 4th appearance of the season, all of them in relief. He comes in with no record and a 4.50 ERA. Worked an inning and 2/3 in that 8-2 loss to the Welland Jackfish. Gave up a couple of hits, but no runs allowed. And he'll look to build on that here tonight, as the Baycats will look to him to get the final 3 outs of this ball game. Sean Riley, Garrett Takamatsu, and Marcus Connect due up for Toronto. This game was Toronto's to win. They held leads of 2-0, 4-2, 6-4. 8 unanswered runs by the Baycats, including a 6-run 7th, the story of this game here tonight.
I think the more and more this game went on and became close, and knew the Maple Leafs had to get to their bullpen, that was going to be a win in its own for the Baycats. If you told me coming tonight the Baycats would be down by a run or 2 in the 7th, 6th inning, they'd take that any day of the week, knowing that they'd get into that Maple Leafs bullpen.
And you know, it's a rested bullpen too, because they hadn't played since Sunday, but just a shortage of arms, and that's only going to become more problematic as they go through this stretch of 5 games in 4 days.
And they got a pretty decent outing from Andrew Hyde. I mean, what Andrew Hyde is, that was a pretty decent outing for him.
Yeah, he gave them the best he had, that's for sure. And a strike there. Riley not happy. He's got words for the umpire, and he gets tossed. Sean Riley has a thing or two to say to Mackenzie Wright, and he's going to blow off some steam right here.
For the Maple Leafs, he's got to make sure Riley doesn't come in contact with the umpire in that one. But yeah, I think Riley has a case in that one. I understand expanding the strike zone, but you still have to have a somewhat decent strike zone, even if it is a 9th inning. And I guess that was what Riley was telling them, maybe in different choice words than what I just used.
Well, we'll send that one to John Boy Media to see if they can do a lip read on it. I'm sure Sean didn't have many kind things to say.
That's not Sean's first little outburst with an umpire, I can promise you that.
And Jordan Castaldo had some words. We didn't mention it because we were on break, but when Castaldo struck out and then went back to first base to field his position, he had a few things to say to the home plate umpire, and the umpire was just telling him to move along. And Castaldo eventually cooled off a little bit, I think realizing that there was probably nobody to replace him if he got tossed from the game tonight.
In Riley's case, he's DH. They're not likely to come back defensively, so Riley said, if I'm going to get some birds in, great opportunity to do it.
Swing and a miss, Takamatsu. Couldn't catch up to that Chris Cox heater. Boy, Cox can throw. Location is really just the key with him, but velocity, not a concern. Oh, 1. And that's foul back. Strike 2. Grieveson tonight, very effective in relief of Marshall Leishman. Only allowed 1 base runner, and that was a hit batter, Dan Mara, but a ball that barely hit him. 0-2. Called strike 3. Takamatsu with fewer words than Riley, but obviously unhappy with that as well. With his head down, he goes back to the dugout.
The right fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect.
Back-to-back strikeouts here. That's 4 straight Maple Leafs that have gone down on strikes. Castaldo, Justin Mara, Sean Riley, and now Garrett Takamatsu.
3 of those guys, Castaldo, Riley, Takamatsu, not exactly happy with strike 3 calls.
Marcus Connect with 2 out here in the top of the 9th inning. A reminder, our next broadcast a week from Saturday when the London Majors come to town, 7 o'clock here at Coates Stadium. Baycats with 5 road games before then. This should be the ball game. Jansen, throw to first in time for the out, and the Baycats win it 12-6. Well, a great win tonight for Barrie after trailing on 3 separate occasions. A 7-run 6th inning puts them on top by 6, and they win by a score of 12-6 here tonight at Coates Stadium. Here's the line.
13 hits, committed 1 error, stranded 13 runners. The Toronto Maple Leafs, 6 runs on 10 hits, committed 4 errors, stranded 8 runners. Winning pitcher for Barrie Baycats. Losing pitcher Adam Mara.
So Brad Grieveson picks up the win for the Baycats. Jake Wilson with a 2-run home run tonight, and Barrie makes it a perfect 3-0 against their Highway 400 rivals, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for watching. Again, our final tonight, Barrie 12, Toronto 6. We'll talk to you on Saturday night against London here from Coates Stadium. Good night, everybody.